I just start it and then I can trim it. Do you know what I mean? If I put it in the editing thing, just like. Don't I have to like not make it start like I'm Carl Pilkington, but alright.
Do whatever you want, do you? I can't see that being watched by loads of people. I don't mean that.
No, yeah. Alright, so by popular demand of I think one person, I've been tasked to teach the rollers how to play breaking, and that is what I'm going to do now. So the main riff is just sort of centered around one chord, which is like an E major 7, which if you take a regular sort of E major chord on the A string, and instead of taking where your ring finger would be barred over the G string, if you moved it up 1 fret to the 8th, it'd sound like this. So like it would be 7th fret on the A, 9th fret on the D, 8th fret on the G, 10th fret, 9th fret on the B, and 7th fret on the high E. So that'll be. And the first part of the riff is just picking up your pinky finger and moving it about on that shape. So you have that first shape, so you have the, and then that last one you just want to take your pinky off, so it's just barred on the B and the high E now. So it'd be, so that's twice through, just lifting off your pinky finger. And now put that pinky finger on the 9th fret of the G string this time to make the, and then you want to take that off straight away. So that next part would be, I do a little extra one at the end sometimes, just for a bit of pizzazz. And then you want to move this whole shape, which now is 7 on the A, 9 on the D, and 8 on the G, and move it up. So now it's 2nd on the A, 4th on the D, and 3rd on the G. And then you want to just put your pinky on and off loads, basically. So it's starting again, the whole riff. And then going into the first verse, it's just easy chords now. So E major, and then a bar chord, minor bar chord, G sharp minor, and then C sharp minor 7, which is just a C sharp minor chord without your pinky on. So it would be 4 on the A, 6 on the D, 4 on the G, and 5 on the B, and 4 on the high E. And then back to that C sharp minor, and then F sharp major bar chord, and then back to E. So it'd be like, I know you sold your soul for a time that was old, for a girl that was cold. And that repeats twice, and then when the verse gets going, it's just those same chords again, but continuously. So like, so I'll do all the rhythm for the song, and then I'll do the lead at the end. So into the pre-chorus, it's just 2 chords for the most part. It's that C sharp minor from the verse, and then you just move it up 2 frets to the 6th fret on the A for a D sharp minor 7. So D sharp minor, C sharp minor. It's that D sharp, just 1 strum, and then you you go back to that A major 7 you started the whole song at. But I think when Harry does it, I think he puts his pinky on the 7th fret of the high E. Maybe. I don't know for certain. So he'd be like... And then it's the intro riff again, and then the verse exactly the same again. Everything's the same until it gets to the last bit, which are 3 quite weird chords, which is the E major 7, and then you go down 4 frets to the 11th on the A, which is 11th on the A, 13th on the D, 11th on the G, 12th on the B, and 11th on the high E. So E major 7, and then G sharp minor 7, and then you move up to the F sharp, and then you play an F sharp dominant 7, which is 9, and then 11 on the D, 9 on the G, 11 on the B, and then barred, so 9th on the high E. Then you go back to that G sharp minor. Oh god. So which is the same chords to Mr. Myers, if you want to learn that as well. This is 2 lessons in 1. So the rhythm of the chords would go in would be... But if you're playing it properly with a song, you just try and constantly move your right hand, and then you'll probably end up sounding right. So like... finish on that E minor 7, and you've just played a hit. For fuck's sake. So now the lead section, for when the verse gets going and the strumming gets constant, you'd want to play his pentatonic position. So the first phrase would be 11 on the high E, 9 on the high E, 12 on the B, and then 9 on the B. So that's the first bit. So, and then you want to go 11 on the G, 8 on the G, 6 on the G, 6, 8, 6, 4, maybe. Hang on, let me try again. Yeah, so you'd start with 11, 8, 6, 8, 6, 4, all on the G string. So that whole phrase would be... And then the second time it goes through is basically the same. So it's the same first 4 notes. Well, it's the same, basically, all of them. But instead of going to the 4th on the last time, you just stick on the 6 on the G string. So... And then now it just one more time with the first go through, so you go back to the 4, so it's the... And once you get into this position, it's like sort of a blues type thing, so you want to bend. Oh, fuck me. So it's bend, so you've got your ring finger on the 6th fret, so bend, then you release it back to the original position, and then 4 on the G, 6 on the D, 4 on the G, 6 on the G, 4 on the G. And if you can as well, when you go from the 4 to the 6, you can give it a hammer-on pull-off. So. Yeah, that's it. So, yep. And then it's the same 3 go through of the lead again. Fuck me. That's it. I can't play this. I haven't played this for so long. Oh yeah, so the last bit changes. So now you're all just on the high E and B string. So it's 11 on the high E, 9 on the high E, 12 on the B, 9 on the B. So the same starting as the rest of them. And then you want to go 11 on the high E. So you're same, so 11, 9, 12 on the B. Oh, I think I'll just cut this bit out and then like start the next section. There's enough in here. If I cut it enough, it'll be alright. So 11, 9, 12 on the B, 9 on the B. And then you will go 11 to 9. So 11, 9, and then 12 on the B, 9 on the B, 12 on the B. And then 11 on the E, 9 on the E, 12 on the B, 9 on the B, 12 on the B. And then you bar the 9 on the high E and the B and sort of play upstrokes. So it'd finish off the lead. And then that's it. I think the lead for the last bit Harry plays is just the root note of the last chord. So he'd just be playing 7 on the A, 11 on the A, and 9 on the A in that same rhythm. So it'd be a... And I think that is all the parts. Apologies if that was shit. But I hope we learnt something. And stay safe, rollers. Fuck you now.